Hi guys, today in this video I will be talking about the UK Business Expansion Worker Visa Program. This is one of the residency by investment routes in the UK for people who are looking to set up a branch or subsidiary of their existing business in the UK. This is for business owners, no matter where your business is located, as long as it's outside the UK, but you're looking for an opportunity to have a presence in the UK. And there are a number of reasons why businesses, overseas businesses, are interested in setting up, having a branch or presence in the UK. One of the reasons is because UK is seen as a hub for business in Europe. The major banks around the world, around Europe, all have branches in London. So UK has that presence, that status that a lot of businesses, international businesses, like to have a presence in the UK. Also, because of the time zone, the UK time zone is easier for businesses in the UK to have real-time business relationship with companies in other continents. So that means a business in the UK can have a real-time business relationship with a company in Asia, in America, in Africa, even in Australia, because of the time zone that the UK is in. So it kind of gives a lot of businesses that, added incentives for them to come into the UK and have a presence. Now, for the UK Business Expansion Worker Visa, the advantages or the benefits are also that the family, the person that is the main applicant, can bring in their family through this program, their spouse and their children. The spouse can take up employment in any sector in the UK without any restrictions. Their children can go to school, government schools in the UK, without paying school fees, and also the NHS service is free for them. They can utilize the NHS service for their health care services in the UK free of charge. Now, this video is for general advice only. It's not for specific advice. If you're looking for specific advice and you need professional service, feel free to reach out to us, and one of my team members will be able to provide you with information that you require. The UK Business Expansion Program, like I explained, is for business owners outside the UK that are trying to set up a branch or subsidiary of their business in the UK. It doesn't lead to permanent residency. Usually 2 years visa is granted for the person to come into the UK and set up the business in the UK, and now go back to continue managing the existing company outside the UK. However, what we do is we assist our clients with going through the process of registering the company in the UK, applying for the license, applying for the visa, making sure that all requirements, all licenses or approvals are obtained. So we carry out all those services on behalf of our clients. Now, I will explain the stages for applying for the UK Business Expansion Worker Visa. There are three key stages. The first stage is of the registration of the company in the UK. This is registering the business that you have in any other part of the world, registering a similar business in the UK. However, the main business or the parent company is still the one outside the UK. So what you have in the UK is the subsidiary or the branch of the existing company. So that means the sole owner of the UK company will still be the overseas company. So we help with registering the company with the company's house, and once we register this company, we usually takes around 5 working days. We're now able to proceed with applying for the Business Expansion Worker Sponsor License. To apply for the sponsor license, this is a very cumbersome process, but I'll just give an overview of what is required. A number of evidences will be required in order to be able to apply for this license. One will be, you must show evidence that the company has been registered in the UK. That's pretty easy, because by the time we register the company, we're able to provide reference from the company's house and also a certificate of incorporation. And also you must show evidence that the overseas company is the sole owner of the UK entity. So like I explained earlier on, that the main business will still be overseas, but the one in the UK will be a branch or subsidiary. Now, there are a number of documents that will be required. One will be, there must be evidence of the corporate bank statement covering the last 12 months before the application is made for the company in Nigeria, whether it's Nigeria or in any part of the world. So that means if we're applying for the sponsor license in January, there must be 12 months corporate bank statement, which will be submitted to the Home Office in order to show that in the last 12 months that the business has been operating and is a going concern. Also, there has to be a annual report from a certified accountant or an auditor, which will also show that the business has always been in existence, and there's been an annual report for the past 3 years of the existence of the company. We'll also need the certificate of incorporation from whichever overseas place that the company is registered. If it's in Nigeria, from CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission. Also need the articles and memorandum of association of the business, which will also come from the CAC. We'll need the copies of contracts for goods or services covering the last 12-month period of the existence of the business. So any contract for goods or services that have been supplied by the business will need to show evidence that has been the business has been operating and that it's been doing business, it's been offering services and selling goods to clients. So like a corporate concern, as a going concern. The website address of the business also needs to be provided to us so that we can file that to the Home Office. We need evidence of planned expansion of the business in the UK. So we need to be able to show the Home Office the sector that the business operates in, the current hierarchy chart for the overseas business, who are the directors of the business, who are the owners of the business. All those information will have to be provided to the Home Office. And most importantly, a business plan will be needed, and it has to be a comprehensive business plan which shows the proposed overall investments in the UK, the projected operating costs, the expenditure for at least the first 12 months of activity in the UK, and information about any jobs you intend to fill in the UK. So the business plan has to be comprehensive because it will show all this information. We have business consultants that we work with that we can always refer to our clients for them to assist them with coming up with this comprehensive business plan. Usually the processing time for applying for this license is 8 weeks, and there is no priority service for people that are doing the UK business expansion. So you don't pay for fast processing of your application. You have to go through the normal route, which usually takes around 8 weeks. Now, next thing will be the applying for the expansion worker visa. This will be the visa needed for the person that will be moving from the overseas to come and run the business in the UK. For you to apply for that, you must show that the person that is coming has worked in the company for a minimum of 12 months. And to prove that, you must show pay slips used for the payment of the salary of the person for the last 12 months. And also you must prove that the person will be earning a minimum of £52,000 per annum when they when they come to the UK, although the salary depends on the job title. And the person that will be coming to run the business in the UK will show that they have at least 1,270 in their bank account, and this money must have been in the bank account for at least 28 days consecutively before the application is made. If they are coming with their dependents, if they are making an application with their dependents, there has to be an additional £285 for a dependent spouse or partner, and £315 £1,000 for a dependent child. The processing time for this visa is usually 3 weeks. Now, I will talk briefly about the cost implication. There are certain costs that are statutory, which means that you pay them to the government of the UK for you to apply for any of these stages. One is the sponsor license application fee, which is £574. You also have the certificate of sponsorship fee, which is £525. You have the home office visa application fee, which is £319. You have the immigration health surcharge, which is £1,035. All these fees are as at today, the 26th of November 2025. They are subject to be changed, but at the moment, as at today, this is what the fees are. Next thing I will talk about will be what you can do and what you cannot do when you are in the UK. When you are in the UK, you are not allowed to work in any other organization. You must work in the company that sponsored you to come into the UK. But your spouse or your partner can work in any other organization. They mustn't work in the company that sponsored. Secondly, like I mentioned earlier on, this visa route doesn't lead to permanent residency. It only grants you 2-year residency in the UK. However, what we do is we now help clients to switch over from the visa to maybe a skilled worker visa, and in that way they'll be able to get permanent residency when they qualify over the period of time that is required for them to qualify. You can bring in dependents, like I mentioned earlier on, and your dependent spouse can take up employment. Your children can go to school in the UK without paying any school fees, as long as they are under 18 years of age. You can use the healthcare service under the NHS, yes, so that's really, in a nutshell, that's really about the UK business expansion visa. This visa is usually beneficial for people that have businesses, like I mentioned, and they want to come into the UK, set up their business, have a branch or subsidiary, and also use that opportunity to acquire UK residency for themselves and their family members. So it's a very good visa process, and I hope you find this video helpful. If you need further information or assistance, feel free to reach out to us. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more similar videos. Thank you very much.